This is Trey Passer, and welcome to the Horoscope 101 channel. And this week is Hitchcock week, and since it's Saturday, it's my day. And the movie I'll be reviewing, which I've seen years ago and I watched again recently on Thursday, is, Wednesday, is Alfred Hitchcock's 1940s Rebecca. Okay, this stars Laurence Olivier, Joan Fontaine, Dame Judith Anderson, and Leo G. Carroll, George Sanders. Okay, and basically the story is Joan Fontaine's character, who really never has a first name in this movie. Okay, she's like a paid companion in the beginning of the movie. She's a paid companion for a rich, I guess, society older woman who's like a gossip, and Marty Carlo is a paid companion for this rich woman. She runs into Maxim, Laurence Olivier's character, his character's name is Maxim de Winter, and he's a recent widower. Okay, and the first time she sees him on the edge of the cliff, and she thinks he's going to jump, but of course he doesn't, and he kind of brushes her off as stop annoying me, you mousy little girl. And basically, Joan Fontaine's character is kind of shy and reserved and a quiet girl, of course. But then, over the course of the next few days, Laurence Olivier's character, Maxim de Winter, he sees her and he starts, invites her to breakfast. He invites her out to play tennis, which is not really tennis; they go driving. He invites her out, to basically hang out, and slowly but surely, of course, she falls in love with him, of course. But her society widow that she's the companion to, she's getting ready to go to New York because her daughter's getting married. So, in the last-ditch effort to say goodbye to Maxim Winter, she rushes to his room and tell him that she's leaving and is going to Manhattan. And of course, right on the spot, he immediately proposes to her. Okay, and of course, she's overly thrilled. But Laurence Olivier's character, Max de Winter, while you can tell he cares for her, he's still kind of reserved. He's still kind of haunted by the death of his first wife, and that first wife's name is Rebecca, the title of the movie. Her name is Rebecca. So anyway, they get married, and they decide to move back to his home, in England, in Cornwall, the place they call it, I believe it's called Manderley. Yeah, Manderley, I think. Or is it Manderley? I think it's Manderley. Anyway, they decide to move back there, and of course, Joan Fontaine's character, who's called Mrs. de Winter in the movie, she's never given a first name, like I said before. She moves back, with Maxim de Winter, and to his big estate, Manderley, which is a big estate, has tons of servants and stuff. And the head of the servants, or who's in charge of the house, is Mrs. Danvers, played by Dame Judith Anderson, who's absolutely one of these firm, stern, always in charge, clothes neat, one of those, and she's in charge of the whole household, of course. And she, they introduce Joan Fontaine's character to all the household staff, and she's slowly, but surely trying to fit in to this because she's not used to this because she's a small town girl, of course. But basically, like I said, she's haunted basically in the movie by everybody constantly bringing up how wonderful Rebecca, the late Rebecca, was, how she was this perfect woman who threw the perfect parties. All the servants loved her. She did everything right, and especially Judith Anderson as Mrs. Danvers. They keep basically a shrine to her in a certain part of the house. That's how much her memory is haunting. Her memory is haunting over the house. And like I said before, Laurence Olivier's character, Maxim de Winter, while he cares for Joan Fontaine's Mrs. de Winter's character, he's still holding back. He's not really fully committed, and she's constantly trying to engage him and trying to please him and try to fit in. But of course, she fumbles, and he has a short temper. And the mystery of this movie, well, after her attempts to try to fit in, like I said, there's a big twist that comes up in the story. I don't want to spoil that. A big twist about that happens in the movie, which leads to even a bigger twist, and a good reveal, which I don't want to spoil. And what I love about this movie, like I said, it has like a gothic kind of feel. Once they get to Manderley, you know, the big mansion, and you see basically, like I said, Joan Fontaine's character, Mrs. De Winter, the second Mrs. De Winter, how she's trying to fit in, and you know, she feels this enormous pressure. You know, she has to try to be the woman of the house, and of course, she's not used to that. She's not used to being this, having to have all these responsibilities and stuff as the mistress of the house, of course. And of course, Mrs. Danvers, played by Judith Anderson, is not helping because her presence. You know, she's constantly bringing up how Rebecca used to do this and how she was good at that, and of course, making, you know, Joan Fontaine's character, Mrs. De Winter, second Mrs. De Winter, be more insecure. And like I said, what I love about this movie is the whole gothic romance type of feel of the house. Like, you know, Joan Fontaine's character is, you know, trying to fit in. You know, she's trying, you know, she loves all her heart, you know, Laurence Olivier's character, Maxim De Winter, but he's, like I say, he's still kind of cut off and still haunted by his memories of his first wife, Rebecca, and she's trying to break through that wall. And of course, and like I said, and then you of course have the whole house is a whole character in itself, and you have all these places where she goes where it brings up all these memories to Max De Winter of his first wife, Rebecca. And of course, you know, Joan Fontaine thinks that her character is not, you know, she's not fitting in, and she's, you know, she's just distraught and trying to do everything to please her husband. And like I said, there comes about midway through the movie, there comes a twist into the story, which is quite good actually, and the reveal is quite good, and then which leads to another it leads to another revelation without revealing it. Okay, and also there's a movie I forgot to mention. George Sanders plays Jack Fravel, who was the cousin of Rebecca. Okay, and he's really good in the movie. Like I said, all the performances. I think Laurence Olivier was great. Joan Fontaine was great as the shy, reserved girl. But Judith Anderson as Mrs. Danvers, the stern, firm head of the household, who's constantly, you know, bringing up how wonderful Rebecca was to Joan Fontaine's character, which makes her even more insecure. She was absolutely chilling in this movie, and it's just a great I love the whole atmosphere of the movie. Just especially, like I said, when they get to Manderley, it's just, you know, you got the big, gigantic house. You know, Joan Fontaine's character trying to fit in, and being haunted by, you know, wherever she goes in the house, memories of the previous, you know, Mrs. De Winter, Rebecca, was all through the house, and basically this is the story of her trying to fit in and trying to trying to just be a part of the house and fully, you know, love her husband, who's, like I said, still holding back because of, you know, his first wife, and, you know, the memories that it brings up to him. And like I said, there's a twist coming. Okay, I won't tell you what the twist is, which leads to another revelation in the movie. And I absolutely love this movie. Like I said, great performances by the actors. Hitchcock, absolutely perfect direction. And I heard that he has a cameo in this movie towards the end of the movie, which I have to go back and look at. Okay, there's supposed to be a nice cameo in this. And this has a couple of special features on this Blu-ray and stuff. But it's a really, really good movie. Like I said, excellent performances from Laurence Olivier, Joan Fontaine, George Sanders, but especially Judith Anderson as Mrs. Danvers. She is absolutely chilling in her portrayal, okay, and definitely worth seeing, okay. So I highly recommend. I love Hitchcock anyway, and Rebecca. I saw this I think years ago on Turner Classic Movies, and I actually had to get this movie when I found out it was coming. I think it came out maybe 2 years ago on Blu-ray, and definitely stashed it up. And I definitely have to get that box set from all the Hitchcock movies. I have to get that eventually. Okay, so that's my review of Rebecca. Okay, let me know what you think. Feel free to leave comments down below. And this is Paul, well, excuse me, let's say Paul. This is Trey Passett for the Horoscope 101, saying so long and take care.